So back in the day, the rules were actually different. You know, the double team rules were different. So like if you couldn't really double below the free throw line until the ball was caught. And then when you doubled, you had to actually go double. So it was more single coverage. Obviously, Joe faces double and triple teams. If you weren't allowed to double at all in the NBA, what do you think you could average? No doubles, like no even, you could dig, but not
no
double.
doubles, 50.
50.
Average 50.
Not even kidding.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be a long. This right here. It's about to be a long video. I can already tell. First of all, the question itself is implying that if Joel Embiid played in the '90s, where illegal defense happened and teams couldn't send help the same way they do in today's game, that he would be doing X, Y, Z. And then Embiid answered 50. As a sidebar, teams will still double Joel Embiid because the truth of the matter is that nigga just struggles to pass out of double teams, period. So that wouldn't prevent anybody from doubling him one way or another. So let's be clear with that. Secondly, in this hypothetical, the idea that because there is no double teams, what will he be able to put up? And the fact that he thinks that it'll be 50 is also insane. Third of all, brother, y'all understand, like from a schematic standpoint, effectively, that's how basketball is being played right now. There's so much floor spacing, 3-point shooting. Every year, especially beyond the Ben Simmons years, every year effectively, Joel Embiid has been in a situation where teams had to make the decision. Are we going to double him or allow him to go in single coverage? A lot of what we saw in the 90s is being duplicated in today's game. And again, Joel Embiid still struggles at times because he can't pass out of doubles.
It's going to be so good about you guys this summer in Team USA because they can double you, but if they double you, then you have Bron, Steph. How's that going to work?
I'm excited. I just, even if I go and I score 0 points and, and they keep doubling and I keep passing to Steph, KD, Bron, that's like, no brainer. It's like,
bro, the irony of that is crazy because that's actually happening. And he has had games where this man is still struggling to pass out of double teams. Hey, yo, and those like in the preseason games, the showcase games, bro, this man still, I think he was leading the team in turnovers. That's how bad he is at making decisions out of the double team. That is ridiculous that they actually asked that question. Like, oh man, how crazy is it gonna be when, they double you and you're still able to, nigga, he's leading the team in turnovers.
This is a crazy one. LeBron, KD, Giannis, and Jokic, 205 times in the playoffs have been plus 10 or more in the playoffs. They are 205-0. They've never lost. So their teams win 100% of the time. Joel has done that 23 times. So 23 times he's been a positive 10. His teams are 18-5. They win 78% of the time. So I think that's a geeky way to say, like, yes, you have to have good teammates because he always gives Jason trouble, or he gives me trouble about Jason. Yeah, he's got a super team. You know what I mean? Like, if I had a super team too, I would win too,
I tell him the same thing. Like,
well, you got a super team now, coach.
If I go 5 for 20, we get blown out.
Oh man, bro, Joel Embiid is doing the Paul George live. We are watching this man do the Paul George live. You are setting yourself up for failure, brother, because now you have these pieces, and this is why this next year is about to be so nasty, bro. I genuinely enjoy watching clips like this because these are the clips that the opposing team's fan base is going to clip up and run and play over and over and over again if you all underperform. And I call it the Paul George because PG has so many examples like this throughout his career, especially post-Indiana. It's disgusting. And now it's rubbing off on this nigga Embiid, and he just got on the roster. Like, Embiid is now doing the PG. This is disgusting. This is nasty. But he does have a really good point. Tatum is in a situation to where he doesn't have to perform at the same levels. He doesn't have to put up the same type of all-time games. Never saying he hasn't put up great performances in a postseason, but Tatum can struggle. He can have moments where he's not performing at the same level as other top 10 players, and the Celtics can still win because they have the roster to make up for it. That literally happened all throughout the playoffs this last postseason run. So there's some validity behind it.
Do you think if there was a one-on-one tournament in the NBA, do you think you'd win?
Yes, for sure.
Because we were talking about this with Jason, because Jason and him played years ago. You guys only played once. And when they played, Jason would get up a couple points in the spot, and then Joel would go, bully ball! and the thing is, he's so skilled because he can shoot the shots if you back up, but then also he would just take one dribble, two dribble if you cut him off, spin move, dunk, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm too competitive, so I don't want to lose. So at the beginning, I give you a chance. I take a lot of jumpers, and when it gets down to it, and you getting pretty close to beating me. Now I gotta go full bully more.
Who would be the final four if it was you and one? Who would be the other three in the NBA if you guys had a full on bracket?
KD, PG.
Ooh.
PG. Wow.
Fuck, man. No, stop, bro. You stop. You're doing this to yourself. This is golden. This is great. Oh my God. Celtics fans are salivating over the thought that you niggas lose because they're running this shit back over. And Philly fans, please tell him to stop. That they've already ran through a hypothetical of if you can't double. He's saying that they have 2 of the top 3 isolation players in the NBA. As a sidebar, I know PG, your new teammate, but nigga, shut the fuck up. Hey, PG, stop, bro. Let's stop, bro. Nigga said, no, let's stop. And then this nigga is already trying to bash Tatum for being on the team. That now they're saying, well, yeah, you got PG now, so you should be able to, bro, they gassing you, bro. They setting you up for failure, dog. Stop.
It says a lot. I mean, there's so many freaking talented guys in the
my Final
NBA.
Four.
JT.
JT, what the fuck? Yo, this is a fuck. Yo, my nigga. Yo, JT. Oh, man. Yo, these trainers are hilarious. I'm starting to realize what this podcast is now. This is just a promo for a trainer, bro. Holy fuck. Jason Tatum in an isolation competition. Also, and I get this like for fun, but like, there's no way we can sit here and watch the players that have dominated over the last decade. And effectively, it's been Curry, LeBron, Giannis, Jokic is now kind of being brought up in that. And like, I get the idea of like valuing self-creation and being able to do that. But like, we all understand that it's a team sport. These conversations, again, I get the value of self-creation. But like, I think there's so many players in the space, in the NBA community. And who am I, right? I'm not a trainer. I'm not an NBA player. But I just think like this conversation in particular, it gets brought up so often. Even though we all know that this is like a fraction of the sport, even offensively, it doesn't make up that much of the sport. Like if you got to conjure up a hypothetical of nobody to double teaming you just so you can get these type of takes off, it's crazy.
But I like when the fans, that's why I'm probably the most hated guy in the league. I don't know why, cause I'm just cool. Like you're
the most hated guy.
I don't know what's there to hate about me. Like
it's the injuries.
But Philadelphia really attacking in the paint. Celtics, Brad Stevens, as he said, with his bench.
Embiid in front, soft hook, hits
it. In a rush.
You don't know why people don't like you? What? And then again, the yes man beside you said, "Oh, I think it's because of injuries." No, nigga, it's because you're fucking 280-some pound Goliath in the fucking low post and high post, and then you rely on flopping. That's why niggas don't like you.
You think you would be in the greatest player of all time conversation without the injury problems?
I think so. I think I'm that talented. I didn't stop believing it probably until I say my 4th or 5th year in the league. The thing that has stopped me all these years is just freak injuries. Every single playoffs, regular season, people falling on my knee, someone breaking my face twice. It's always about freak injuries at the wrong time. Like, I really believe that because I would have been, if I was more healthy, I think it would have been a different story.
Okay. That's the piece I think everybody's been talking about over the past couple of days. Joel Embiid believing that he's a GOAT. Let me first say this. A, he's supposed to feel that way. Embiid, as a player in his prime, at his absolute best, is supposed to feel like there's no one on this planet, on this earth, that can stop me, and I'm so good and talented that I could arguably be better than anybody else who's ever touched a basketball. Like, that level of confidence that can definitely shift into arrogance is something that he's supposed to have, which then brings me to my second point, and that is, I honestly think a lot of that is justifiable. I'm not saying that I believe he will be the GOAT, but Embiid is like really that nice. And I do believe in terms of just talent, skill, who he's supposed to be in an era where there's not that many great defensive bigs that should be able to stand up to him. I do believe that he separates himself from quite a few other players, which is the reason why I believe that he is one of the top 4 players in the NBA when he's out on the floor. He's had MVP caliber seasons over the past 3 years when he's healthy. Defensively, he's really, really good. Offensively, as a scorer, practically unstoppable again in today's league. And he's added a little bit more to his game every single season. In particular, his passing, playmaking, his processing speed this past year has improved as well. But the last part about it is, brother, no. A lot of things that Joel Embiid, who he is as a player, is stagnant because of things that he lacks. And it's a really, really good cope. And I understand why he's coping because he's the player. He's going to. But it's a really, really great cope to just pivot to, well, if he's healthy, then we will be able to see X, Y, Z, yada, yada, yada. The things that Joel Embiid struggles with are things that are not going to change if he's healthy or not, because it's going to take a lot of time for him to address and adjust a lot of those concerns. And personally, I believe because of his injuries, a lot of the flaws that Joel Embiid struggles with, he has been able, and a lot of people in that Philly organization and a lot of fans as well, people who defend Embiid, they've been able to put a lot of that on the back burner and just excuse whatever he's lacking in and just write it off as, oh, he's just not healthy. He's not 100% healthy. And in particular with Embiid, a lot of those flaws may not even exist if he had gone through a lot of the struggles, the losing that a lot of other all-time great players had to deal with without having to lean on the, oh, well, I'm just injured. For example, his passing playmaking, him processing double teams, these are things that he has struggled with his entire career. And I do not believe that because he's injured, that is something that's going to change all of a sudden. These are things that he's going to have to struggle with, fail because of, and going to have to address it immediately. And this is also an aspect of this game that even in the Olympics, he also struggles with as well. So it's not like he needs more talent or he needs more help or he's been placed around some of the most talented players in NBA history right now and he's still struggling with it. So in my opinion, I understand where he's coming from. I appreciate that level of confidence. I think it's actually refreshing to see that level of honesty as well. I really do. It's not really an indictment on who Joel Embiid is as a player. And I certainly understand the confidence that comes along with it because he has the talent and skill to do so. But I do believe that there is this conversation around Embiid that many people don't want to talk about who he is as a player and his flaws and just rely on the fact that, oh, well, injuries this and injuries that. And though they played a problem, and I'm not saying that they have not been a problem in his career, but Embiid as a player has a lot of flaws that go along with him, not only just passing and playmaking, defensively, defending in space, he is really, really bad. And I think that many people, let me say really, really bad, but he's not as good as people make him out to be. And I think a lot of people give him a lot of bail or they don't want to address it, but in the right situation, defending the right type of team, bro, he will look crazy out there. And we're starting to see that in Olympic basketball as well. And don't get me started on the flopping, him trying to play physical in playoff settings, like all those things are real problems that Embiid struggles with that, in my opinion, would prevent him from being the GOAT or at least prevent him from having a short-term stretch in his peak that will be comparable of a Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem Olajuwon, etc., etc., etc. But bro, these podcasts, oh my goodness gracious. I mean, literally within a handful of weeks, Embiid has questioned LeBron and how good he's going to be in Team USA, even though he's been better than him, claimed that he could be the GOAT if he was healthy, even though I don't think many people believe that to be whatsoever because of other flaws that are being denied. And everything that he said about who he is as a player, his style of play, how dominant he is, how he needed more help. Now he has it, comparing himself to Jason Tatum and the team that he's been on. And now that he has PG, he's highlighted how good Bro, you are setting yourself up for the grand finale of epic fail. And trust me, as someone who's made videos chronicalizing other players and their failures, this right here is so much ammo to go back on if you do so. Again, I understand the confidence, but please stop going on podcasts and making ridiculous claims about who you are as a player and then turn around and trying to figure out, oh man, why do so many people just hate me? Please don't do it. And I pray, I really do, because I want to see you in the playoffs 100% healthy. I to the point where I don't even want you to play a single regular season game. I just want us to get to the offs and I want to see you play. I just want to see that. And I want to see you, PG and Tyrese Maxey, what y'all actually do. And I want to see what you look like against Giannis and what you look like against Tatum and that Boston Celtics super team that you claim. And I want to see how you perform. Even if you lose, I want to see how you perform. Also, to the podcast members off to the side, bro, y'all have to, I get it. That this your guy, you're bigging him up. Shout out to the people out there at PG. Shout out to the people out there with Melo. Shout out to the gentleman who was sitting here next to Embiid. But bro, y'all have to let's get up off your knees. Let's stop slurping it up. It's okay to challenge some of these individuals when they say things that may come across a bit outlandish. But every time I watch these things, bro, the people who are the interviewers or the people who are asking the questions, bro, y'all are so quick to just accept anything that these niggas say. Hey, Embiid, what are you gonna do one-on-one? I'll drop 50. Oh man, 50. I mean, fuck. Why not go 55, 60, 65? Who cares? Now, hey, Embiid, you feel you the best one-on-one player? Yeah, I believe it. Oh my, yes, absolutely. Oh, you already know my top 4 now. You know you're my top 4 now. Hey, Embiid, you think you can cure cancer? I don't know about that. Come on, man. Stop being humble now. You know you cure cancer. You cure cancer, all STDs. You cure everything, man. You cure blindness. Fuck it. God damn, bro. Y'all just think these niggas will do anything. Fuck. I get it, though. Get your check, though. Get your check. But yo, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Peace.